I've been wanting to make a full video of these guys for a while. I put up a little post about them eating snails, but I wanted to talk about this specific tank. This is the Ivanacara Adoketa, and commonly known as a Zebra Acara, and these guys look like they are about to lay eggs for me. They generally lay eggs on the top of that little cave. Probably don't need to have that little cave in there like that because they can't fit in there anyway, but they like laying eggs on the top of it. But they are fired up and ready to go, and look like they're about to do something, which I'm super excited for. I have not yet successfully had their eggs hatch. They generally eat them, which is why I'm kind of getting impatient, so I'm just going to take them this time and put them in a tumbler. I did that with the Ivanacaras bimaculatas. Ivanacara bimaculata wanted them to hatch. They wasn't having any success and finally gave up and just stuck them in tumbler and had some successful. So I will probably be doing that again the next time these guys breed. Although I have noticed that, and I'm not sure if they're going to do it without the trigger this time, but usually they breed right after a water change. So maybe I'll do that right now in a few minutes just to kind of spark them. But I've I've read that they're kind of a water change breeder, where if you drop the temperature a little bit, kind of simulate a rainy condition, that they will breed. And I have seen that to be the case in the past, but it hasn't worked all the time. Sometimes I want them to lay eggs and I do the water change and they don't do it. I feed these guys almost exclusively bloodworms and frozen brine shrimp and live brine shrimp, just because I'm trying to condition them to get them to breed. And like I said, I've had some success with that in the past. And it's kind of to the point, unfortunately, where they're a little spoiled. If I drop anything dry in there, they they look at me like, what are you doing? What are you doing to us? They are very friendly with me because I hand feed them. The reason for that is because if I drop some bloodworms in there, one of them will eat the entire thing. So I put my hand in there and I give them just what I want to give them, and they eat it right out of my fingers. So they're very used to me and they're used to my hand. And yeah, see, he's like, yep, I know what that means, but I'm not going to feed you guys right now. But they are a dwarf cichlid. This is a 20-gallon tank. It's nothing beautiful. It is pretty disgusting, in my opinion. I don't really like having tanks like this, but like I said, I'm not really interested in making this one pretty. I just want them to breed. And kind of my goal is that once I do get them to breed and I have some growing out, then I can maybe stick these guys in a community tank or do something with this tank to make it look beautiful. But I don't want to experiment with them and then have them die, and then without having gotten any babies from them. So for now, they stay here, and I just have to put up with this, looking at this. Um, but they are, from what I understand, kind of aggressive. So I'm going to have to be careful with that. I would like some in my 180-gallon South American tank, which is kind of a blackwater tannin situation, which I think these guys will look great in. So I know they do like softer water. I actually top this tank off with RODI water, and the TDS stays pretty low. And the reason for that is because I've read that the eggs won't develop in harder water. They like very soft water. So that's kind of my my attempt to get them to hatch their own eggs. But like I said, I think this next time I'm just gonna steal them away and do it on my own. But that's pretty awesome. I like watching that stuff. Although I don't know if that was aggression or maybe trying to tell her, let's get a move on. But anyway, really enjoy these fish. Beautiful fish. Probably definitely my top 5 as far as favorites. And very active, very fun to watch. Not shy at all. I mean, the minute I got these fish, I mean, sometimes when you buy new fish, I order them and they were shipped to me, and you put them in there. And like the Ivanacara bimaculatas, when I put them in the tank, I didn't see them for like 2 weeks, which is nerve-wracking when you spend $300 on a pair of fish and they show up and you don't see them for 2 weeks, and you think, well, my $300 is dead in the bottom of some gravel somewhere and I can't find it. These guys were the exact opposite. I put them in the tank and they just I mean, it was like I was their best friend from the start. So I know all fish have personalities, and that might not apply to all of them, but for me, that has been my experience with these guys. Very friendly, very active, all over the tank, up and down, interact with me, and so beautiful. The only thing that I can't speak to that I want to find out about is as far as whether or not they can go in a community tank or whether or not they will kill everything, just like I have read that sometimes they are known to do. But we will see when I try that one out in the future. And hopefully, if I get some eggs today, within a month or so, I'll have some fry growing up, and I will feel comfortable with testing something like that out. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you have any questions about the Zebra Acara or any of the other fish that I mentioned, and I'd be happy to share my experience. And this is one more tank. Just wanted to show off and show you guys what I've been working on, what I've been slowly building over the past few years. And one day I'll actually go through the whole fish room and show you what everything looks like as a whole, because there's a lot of infrastructure things and the stuff that I've kind of set up to make things better and easier to work with and more efficient. And I've got some more ideas in the future that I'm going to try out too. So I kind of want to film all that and bring everybody along with me. So hope you enjoyed.